Dallas Mavericks, Denver Nuggets, opening night of the inaugural NBA in-season tournament. Our first opportunity to get a look at that Denver Nuggets court in person. What is it? Oh my God. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, hide the children. Do not let the children see that. Yes, this court is terrible. It's absolutely awful. I'm a sucker for the in-season tournament. I love it. I'm incredibly excited by it. I think opening night was really good. This Denver Nuggets court is terrible. What is this court design? Now, it's not just the blue court. I don't like the way the yellow accents the blue. I think it looks terrible. The Thunder have a blue court, and I think it actually looks pretty good. I think they did a pretty good job. Maybe it's also because the Denver Nuggets jerseys are absolutely awful. What are these? You can't even see the mountain ranges. That's like one of the big parts of the jersey. You can barely even see it because the colors are so similar. I take solace in knowing that whatever 3-year-old designed this, because I'm just assuming a 3-year-old made this jersey, has such a long life ahead of them that they can change their career path. Because that's just the only positive you can take away from this. Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd did not make the trip to Denver with a non-COVID related illness. Maybe he was just faking it to avoid this court. I'm thinking he played hooky, went to the Texas Rangers parade. In fact, I know he did. There was a man with a bald spot that shined so bright. The sun's reflection shined so bright, it hurt my retina. And I looked and saw that, oh, it was Jason Kidd trying to be a little bit, under the radar and play hooky from the game. So he was at the Rangers parade. Assistant coach Sean Sweeney took over the head coaching duties for the Dallas Mavericks. Interjecting already because we had a Sean Sweeney masterclass here at times in this game. Now, we're going back in time a little bit. Second game of the season, home opener against the Nets. I want you guys to remember this play. Out of a timeout, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. What play did the Mavericks draw up? A corner three for Dwight Powell. All right, just remember that play. Here we are against the Nuggets. 7 minutes left in the game. This is a 14-point game. It's not like this is a massive blowout or anything like that. Out of a timeout, what does Sean Sweeney and the Mavericks draw up? A very similar looking play that leads to Derek Lively shooting his first career three-pointer. Just making sure I saw where that ball ended up correctly. Okay, all right. They're setting our man up to fail. Why is Derek Lively shooting that shot? The world may never know. And the Denver Nuggets took care of business in this game. They beat the Dallas Mavericks 125-114. First loss of the season for the Dallas Mavericks. And while Kyrie Irving hit a three to make this an 8-point game with a little under 4 minutes left in the game, it never really felt that close. The Nuggets were up by 20 points at a point in the first half, and it just felt like they outclassed the Dallas Mavericks. And why is that? They're just better. Like, I'm sorry for the hard-hitting analysis. The Denver Nuggets are just a better basketball team than the Dallas Mavericks. For me, personally, my hopes and dreams for the Mavericks entering the season was they'd be a good competitive team. They'd make the playoffs, win a playoff series. I consider that a step in the right direction. If you're somebody who thinks that this is a contending team right now, a team that can compete with the Denver Nuggets, a team that can maybe go on to make the NBA Finals or even win it, yeah, this was a cold dose of reality. And buddy, let me tell you, you needed it. Okay, you have no one to blame but yourself. That's not to say this was all bad for the Dallas Mavericks. There was some stuff that you could take away. Hey man, take out the horrible first quarter. They win the game. How's that for a moral victory? In the half-court setting, they did a pretty good job. They held the Denver Nuggets to 98.9 points per 100 possessions in the half court. That would be under their season average from a year ago. However, as our friend Istalk pointed out on Twitter, they gave up an offensive rebound on 50% of the Denver Nuggets misses in the half court. 50% of Denver's misses led to an offensive rebound. Do you know how insane of a stat that is? Thinking about here, a good defensive possession that led to a tough shot. The Nuggets went 14 of 35 on mid-range shots, under 40%. You did a good job forcing them to take tough shots. You just couldn't finish the play. Here's what I'm talking about right here. Good job by Luka getting over that. Try a little handoff between Jokic and MPJ. Seth, decent enough job. Good contest on that shot. And Jokic just tips it right to himself. Easy put back over Luka. Just, stuff that can't really happen. This one right here, another one that's an absolute killer. And no, I'm not talking about the monster tacos from Jack in the Box, although that is probably a killer as well. I would highly advise against eating those. If you have ate those within the last 12 hours, please seek immediate help, okay? Here's what I'm talking about here. Pretty good defense by the Mavericks, doing a pretty good job rotating. I thought Grant Williams, despite Jokic's stat line, did a good job. Pretty good help. Look at Hardy. Look at Hardy's rotations on this play. Really good. Really good job defensively. Jokic gets sealed. Good job, Grant Williams forces a miss. How do we not get that rebound right there? Jokic gets it. Grant Williams gets teed up. Jokic goes to the free throw line. 3-point possession right there for the Denver Nuggets. Now, if you want to say, okay, Nikola Jokic is just one of the best rebounders in the history of the sport, all right, whatever, right? We could go that route. These are the type of rebounds that are absolutely unacceptable. Another really solid defensive possession for the team. Luka, good switch on a Jamal Murray. Reggie Jackson, good individual defense here by Kyrie Irving. That's an out-of-control shot. We live with it. And then it gets tipped by Aaron Gordon to Christian Brown, who's just in the right place at the right time. Hardy's probably going to have to find Christian Brown there, or somebody is. Just put a body on him. Can't really have that. This is late in the game. You're down by 9 with 9:50 left. A game that's in reach. This Nuggets team's too good to allow opportunities like that. This one, too, really bad. Pretty good individual defense yet again. I thought Kyrie Irving actually played some good defense in this game. Jamal Murray trying to post him up. Lively comes to help. That's a really good contest. Oh, there's Zeke Naji with the putback because, of course, Tim Hardaway Jr. just not strong enough on this box out. He puts a body on him. He finds him. Just 2 weeks, Zeke Naji just sheds him. Just sheds him like a skit. These are things right here you just can't have happen when you're already at a talent deficit, right? You have to play nearly a perfect game to beat this Denver team. And when you have firepower like Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, you can definitely do it. But these stats cannot happen. You can't lose the second chance battle this badly. You can't lose the points in transition battle this badly. And it's weird because you won the turnover battle. You committed less turnovers than the Denver Nuggets did, but yet you still got absolutely killed in transition. And a lot of it was off of makes. A lot of it was off of missed shots. Inexcusable stuff. Someone with a brain larger than mine is going to have to tell you how this happened, because I don't even really understand it. These are the type of things you just straight up cannot have happen. Pretty nice make right there by Luka. He's looking for a foul immediately. And Jokic just gets the ball off of a make up court to KCP, who lobs it to Aaron Gordon. Off of a make. We cannot have this happen, man. You got to get back. You got Luka staring at the refs. You got Kyrie staring at the refs. I'm staring at myself in the mirror, wondering what went wrong. This is a play that happened twice, and you can't even let it happen once, let alone twice, okay? And I'm just now noticing, I don't know if you guys can see it right here. They said before the game started that the dimensions were wrong on the court that they painted. I can kind of see where they originally had the three-point line. A little bit deeper. Now, are the Denver Nuggets cheating? I don't know. That's up for you to decide, not me. But this is a play right here that can't happen. Okay, Luka, we'll talk about this here in a second. Luka was hunting this Michael Porter Jr. matchup all game, and it was not working. We'll talk about that more in a second. But Luka gets the switch on a Michael Porter Jr., shoots that step back three on the left wing that he loves, misses it. Michael Porter Jr. runs the floor off of a rebound. That's an easy dunk. That can't happen, man. You got to get back there. You missed the shot. You have to be back on defense. Someone has to be back on defense. It can't happen. After watching this game, man, it feels like the Denver Nuggets are taking that next step as a team. You know, they already won the NBA Finals a few months back. So they did already take that next step. But now they're taking the next step, where it feels like they really might be approaching something special. There's so much cohesion. They play so well off of each other, and we've seen that offensively, but it's really starting to click defensively for them as well. They've been a top 10 defense so far this season, and they really did a good job against Luka Doncic. Now, Luka got his stats. He scored, and to his credit, he had a really good second half to make up for a poor first half where he had 6 turnovers. Luka finishes with 34 points on 11 of 24 shooting, does tie a career high in turnovers with 9 turnovers. Some of these are really great plays by the Nuggets. Some of these are just really lazy passes by Luka. And you got to give a lot of props to Michael Porter Jr. because for whatever reason, the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic thought this was a really, really favorable matchup for them, and they repeatedly kept hunting it anytime Michael Porter Jr. was on the floor, and it just did not work. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. clamped up Luka. According to NBA's matchup data, Luka went 2 of 8 when guarded by Michael Porter Jr. and committed 5 turnovers. So you got to give a lot of props to MPJ for his defense on Luka. He's a guy whose defense kind of is on and off, but when it's on, it's pretty impressive. I mean, with his size and his athleticism, there's really no reason why he can't be a solid defender. And again, Luka had a strong second half shooting-wise, but the Nuggets still did a really good job of making life hard on him. Oh, and then they have Nikola Jokic. Remember that guy? Nikola Jokic, the large Serbian man? Jokic treated the Mavericks like one of his Serbian racehorses who broke its leg, and now he's got to take him behind the shed so they can go to the Forever Farm upstate. Like, it was bad. He finished with 33, 14, and 9 on 14 of 16 shooting. One of his only misses in the paint, he managed to get his miss back and got fouled on a putback. So even when he misses, he doesn't miss. That little running floater that he has is maybe the most unguardable shot in the NBA, considering how incredible his touch is. And also the stats back that up. He's currently 16 for 16 on floaters so far this season. They've played 6 games. He's yet to miss a floater. He is just a hilarious player, man. A hilarious player. Nikola Jokic is probably the only player in the NBA who is not getting assassinated by his coach for even attempting this play, okay? This is a microcosm of the game right here. Pretty good defense by the Mavericks. Good contest right there by Derrick Jones Jr. Oh, offensive rebound. Okay, cool. Jokic has the ball. He's the most terrifying player on the planet. What's he going to do? Michael Porter Jr. Oh, hey, good contest by Luka. Hey, it's a bit. Oh, Jokic with the. Oh! Jokic with the offensive rebound. Just an over-the-head circus pass that goes nowhere. And hey, listen, to Kyrie's credit, I said this on the stream last night, but Jokic, I feel like this was a play right here where him being so good, I think actually harms him. Because his back is turned to the play, but everyone on the Mavericks knows a pass is about to happen. And Kyrie reads this really well. So shout out to him. I don't know if the pass was there anyways. But Jokic, you are a wild boy for that. I feel like Kyrie Irving was also a bit of a bright spot for the Mavericks in this game. I mean, his stats weren't that great. 22 points on 9 of 15 shooting. But I thought he was really good in the second half. The first half, there was just some stuff where it's just, why does Kyrie Irving not have the ball in his hands? And it's not even when Luka Doncic is on the floor. It's Luka Doncic is off the floor. Kyrie Irving's playing with Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jaden Hardy. Why is the ball not in Kyrie Irving's hands? I feel like there's been a lot of interjections today, but this is what I'm talking about here, okay? Kyrie's on the floor, Josh Green, Grant Williams, Dwight Powell, Tim Hardaway Jr. Do we need him running pick and rolls with Dwight Powell? Is that a play that, with that personnel, is that what we really want to see? Okay? I just don't really understand the logic here. The ball needs to be in Kyrie Irving's hands. Enough of this shit, all right? I get we're trying to get more people involved, but put the ball, you just paid that man nearly $40 million a year. Give him the ball. But in the second half, Kyrie, 12 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I thought he played really well. I thought he had some really nice moments defensively. Again, he hit a 3 with under 4 minutes left. Hopefully that gets him going shooting-wise because it's been really rough so far this season. But I liked what I saw in the second half from Kyrie Irving. I like the aggressiveness. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. He's openly admitted that he's kind of playing his way into shape this season. His conditioning's not where he wants it to be, and he's kind of been dealing with these foot problems. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction for Kyrie. Anyways, man, the Mavericks, they just don't have the size. They don't have the size against this Nuggets team. You're going to lose the rebounding battle pretty much every single time you play this team. The way the Nuggets are constructed and the way that you're constructed. You can't get out hustled. That's the problem. You can't give up the offensive rebounds where the other team is just hustling harder than you are to get to them. You got to get those balls. You got to get the 50-50 balls. You can't allow transition opportunities for this team off of makes, off of live rebounds. You got to limit that stuff. This Denver team is so incredible. They're so good. They're going to take advantage of pretty much every single one of your mistakes. You have to do the same, and you have to limit the mistakes. And the Mavericks did not do that last night. And to their credit, they still kind of were in striking distance. Anyways, in-season tournament night 1, I think it was a huge success. I really do. The games were uber competitive. In case you want a little snapshot of how competitive the games were, this Nuggets-Mavericks game was probably the second worst game of the night. And it was just a pretty solid game in general. But I'm excited, man. I think this in-season tournament gives us a lot of things to be excited about. Speaking of things that we should get excited about, I want to take the time to talk about something I'm really excited about.